Next time you decide to taser somebody, make sure he's already in the car, okay? Damn.
Daniel?
Daniel? Damn, Daniel?
Ow!
Well, shit.
Boom, 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 boom.
And welcome, college basketball fans. This is where you want to be, right here on 2K Sports. Some great action ahead, and we're happy to have you here along with us for the ride.
Ready to go?
Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got the UConn Huskies and the Michigan Wolverines.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
On the floor for UConn, we've got Keefe, and it's Joseph in at the small forward. And that misses everything.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
Well, for a long time, Michigan has been a big power in men's basketball, really in all sports. The school has a very strong program.
No doubt, the Wolverines love their sports. Easy to cheer for the basketball program with all the success they've had over the years.
And for the Wolverines, they have one official title in 1989. Have made it into the college championship game a lot of other times. Finished 5 times as the runner-up.
Both free throws good from Crawford.
And there have been some highs and lows in the Michigan program. Overall, you have to give them credit for being a persistent presence in the tournament. A lot of iconic moments have involved the Maize and Blue.
Splitter sets a screen. Keefe. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Wow.
There's the steal.
She backed up into him for the second time. She hit him with the car first, and then now she hit him with the second car.
From converting in close.
That's good.
Have you seen Thor?
I like the fact that he
No.
led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always
Why
throw
the hell
it to
not?
your teammate. You throw it
I
to
don't
where it
even
needs
know
to
what
be.
it is.
It's a superhero
And
movie,
Joseph
you
gets
idiot.
today. Out left to the wing. Here's Joseph. And no good. And a chance to take the lead.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, He's going to get his workout in.
CIA, we're calling during this hammer.
Are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
That was gay. It should have went in.
UConn with the ball. Trailing by 2. Day kicks to Splitter. That one off the back iron and out. Fast break. Here come the Wolverines. Smith's running. Crawford, no luck.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
UConn moving that ball around.
Boy, that's a rebounding clinic right there. He boxed out and then went up aggressively and strong for it.
Barrett, he's in at point guard. Ellis is out there with Smith. Then it's Jones. And it's Crawford at the shooting guard. To the inside.
God!
One-on-one fast break. And for the Huskies, they've got Martin. And it's Splitter in at the center position.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed
Negro
to be
lips.
easy down there. And a little artistry on the inside.
Your lips have a grow like a knee.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are
so Michigan ends up going with the new group.
Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Here's Flash. Outside Jefferson. He feeds it to Taylor. Outside Jefferson. They set the pick. Here's Flash. Sims with the rebound.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And one thing about UConn that has been true all throughout their rise as a power, they have always played solid defense. It's something the program really hammers home.
Knight dishes to Jefferson. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Jefferson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Wolverines. UConn with the ball. Jennings passes to Reed. Kicks it to Howard. Tries from 10. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Howard's got his first basket of the night. Outside Jefferson. Pass to Knight. Here's Flash. Outside Knight. There's the pick. Outside Jefferson. 6 on the shot clock. Sinks the triple. Jefferson's got 5 points so far.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Jennings with the ball. Screen by Howard. From downtown. And it's McGuire missing.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Here's Flash. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And he gets the bucket.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
UConn trails by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's Jefferson with the drive. Pass to Taylor. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
– 16 seconds left in the first half. And Stevenson kicks to right. Now the pass to Jones. The 3 ball. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Michigan leads by 5. And don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half. And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one
Shut
thus
up.
far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And guys,
Oh.
it's kind of like a boxing match, a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see
You're not
more
supposed to
things
talk to the
open
dog,
up,
you're supposed to
and
punch
that
it in the
should
neck.
benefit star players like Freak, who will get more quality.
God, now I gotta fucking pee.
In at point guard. Jones is out there with Ellis. And it's Smith. And it's
God
Crawford
damn
at
it.
the 2 spot.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up
What?
with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him
Fucked
on
up.
from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
And for the Huskies, we've
I
got
don't understand how it's a reach in.
and it's
I don't
Day
understand
in
a
at the
reach
1
in.
spot. The Wolverines making a switch here. Taylor's checked
Thought your
in.
point
And a
was
switch
trying
here
to
also
get the
for
ball.
UConn. Sims is checked in. Keefe against Crawford. The feed to Sims. Now here's Joseph. Keefe passes to Martin. The shot is off. Now the Wolverines take it the other way. Well, you could pick any team in the NBA and name a Husky that played for him at some point. UConn has had a big impact on the NBA.
I mean, UConn has had a lot of NBA talent pass through their school. I mean, it speaks volumes about how well they are able to develop talent and win championships.
Here's Day. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Day's got his second bucket of the night. The Wolverines leading by 3. Here's Barrett. Bangs home the trifecta.
And, you know, you look at the Huskies, a big part of why they get so many future NBA guys is they recruit very well on the East Coast and around the country, for that matter. They are a premier destination school in the Northeast, and that part of the country loves its hoops.
That 3 off the mark.
I don't know why he's saying Huskies. It's
UConn
Wolverines.
trails by 6. Out to the wing. Here's Sims. UConn moving that ball around. Martin the screen. Keefe passes to Martin. Dishes to Joseph. Here's the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. High post shot. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete. And guys, just thinking about all the great NBA players from UConn. Ray Allen, now retired, but he's the biggest name. How about Kemba Walker, on and on with the Huskies.
Barrett, he's in at the point. Taylor is out there with Ellis. Then it's Jones. And it's Crawford at the 2 guard. Huskies going with a whole new group out there. To the paint. Splitter dishes to Reed. Kicks it out to Jennings. Passes it to Pierce. Over to the wing. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
My God, I gotta fucking pee now.
He just said that.
The free throw drops for Posey.
I know. I'll be right back.
The Wolverines leading by 5. And Wright gets the free. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Wow.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Simple.
Free throw good. Freak.
A solid quarter for Freak. He's got 8 points and 2 steals.
The Huskies making a switch here. McGuire's checked in. And both free throws good from Freak.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Get out of the way!
By 7. McGuire passes to Jennings. Here's Splitter. Taken away. Here's Flash. Out to the right wing. Banks dishes to Freak. Inside. Smith. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound, a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength, just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
Now here's Jennings. McGuire kicks to Posey. Here's Pierce. That's short off the rim.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part.
Fuck
a huge
you.
component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Jennings passes to Splitter. The dish to McGuire. Outside Jennings. Fader on the way. Smith with some nice D.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Guys, I think
Come
this
on.
is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here and what looks to be a solid win for the Wolverines.
Good point, Steve. And Clark, they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
I like their fortitude, their toughness, particularly in terms of dealing with adversity. Anytime things didn't go their way, they just put their nose down and stayed with it. And because of that, they were able to go away.
Whoa!
Standout performance. performance it was for Freak. And the way
What?
he
What'd you
rebounded
say?
surely was a spark for the team.
I could almost walk
as
on
he
my
was
foot.
securing everything that came off the iron.
Freak, you're the guy. Some good screens, tight passes now. We need to get Freak a clean look. Execute. Let's put him away.
Oh, la 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 wah wah wah. Oh shit.
Feeds it to Howard. Tries to snap the cold streak, and that's 2 points on the layup.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
We're only in the second quarter.
Stevenson
Why
outside.
would you? Oh, never mind.
Cunt hair.
Yo, Navi.
Milana be ho.
How's it on Navi? Boom, boom, boom. Mother on Navi. What the?
What?
Sing it.
Damn, Daniel, you're
Hi,
so fun,
everyone,
you're so
and
funny,
welcome
boom,
to
boom,
this
Daniel,
broadcast of college basketball
Daniel.
on 2K Sports. The action
How's
doesn't
that?
get much better than two of the most dynamic teams.
Money.
It's the fighting back of the fighting forces. They're the fighting Muslim League. Go legal. Tony, that's been a thing, man. I got married to his sister. Thank you, Tony. Okay, so sir, you want to fight with me? You fight you the best. Want to play with say hello to my little friend. See that cockroaches? You need a fighting hurt to take it over. I took your fighting boots.
In college basketball, going at it on the hard one. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. It's the Michigan Wolverines facing the Louisville Cardinals.
And guys, there's just nothing quite like a packed house for a college hoop game. You hear the student section rocking and the band playing. This is pure
College hoops.
Greg, there's a unique energy and vibrancy with college basketball that is unique. I mean, when you get two high-profile teams,
I don't understand why they want me to cover like 3 people at one time. I don't understand that.
I think it just adds to the excitement.
On the court for Michigan, Barrett in at point guard. Smith
Wow.
is out there with Ellis. Then it's Jones, and it's Crawford at the 2 spot.
You know, sometimes you can see how a player can lead on the floor from the sidelines, and you see that with Freak. I mean, he's got the skills and athleticism as a point guard, in addition to the leadership, too.
And guys, people often underestimate just how important leadership is. You know, there's no stat for that, but guys like Chris Paul and Steph Curry have incredible skill, but their leadership on the floor is equally as important. Freak is a floor general in their mold.
Here's Smith. After the basket by Montrezl Harrell, here's Barrett. No good with the triple.
And you look at the long list of former players from the University of Michigan, a lot of big-name NBA players got their start as Wolverines. It's been that way for a long time.
Down low, here's Ellis, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. The Louisville Cardinals have had a real strong run lately in college hoops, Clark. Even after changing conferences a few years back, they continue to shine.
You know, and nobody knew just how they would fare in the new and stronger conference, but
Shit
it's
hair
been
digging.
winning as usual for the Cardinals.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
And one thing that Louisville has is a very
One
good
little
track
white
record,
boy.
always remaining in the title picture. More often
You're
than
big.
not, they are considered
Bigger.
to have as good
And
a
then he
shot
fucking
as any
runs through.
of winning the tournament. They are truly a college hoops powerhouse.
Here's Barrett, and it's one.
Wow.
Now the Cardinals moving it up. Moving it up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Louisville does it with team basketball. I mean, they have their share of players that went on to the NBA. Gorgie Zhang and Earl Clark come to mind recently. But overall, this is a program that relies on the sum of the whole being greater than the individual parts.
Here's what Louisville's got going right now. Thomas checked in for Mack. Payton comes in for Harrell. Russell, he's checked in for Sanders. And it's Price in for Rozier. And that one's good. Knight's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Now here's Price, guarded closer. There's a screen. Here's White. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Now here's Freak, guarded by Price, and he gets it to go. Freak's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size. He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
From deep.
Fuck
it's
you.
It's in by Thomas. Price with the ball. Pass to White. This one for three. Denied for the third time. He's 0 for 3.
And guys, over the years, Louisville has had a reputation of being a high-flying offense. You know they'll play at a high tempo and create a lot of chances. It's just what has worked for the program for so long.
Take it.
We've got White. Peyton is out there with Thomas. Then there's Price.
Bella.
And it's Russell in at the 2. The Wolverines shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Well, Greg, you said it moments ago, Louisville, a team that can get up and down the floor with great ease on both ends. They like to be Clark the aggressor in every situation.
Well, Kevin, you're right. They've always been able to recruit tremendous talent. Not only skilled, but athletic players, too. And it's hard to think of a Louisville team that doesn't get up and down quickly.
And for the Wolverines, Jefferson is out there with Wright. Then it's Cunningham. Then there's Flash. And it's Banks in at the 2. And for Louisville, they've got Jones. Harrell is out there with Sanders. And it's Hughes in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Sanders. Here's Jones. And the shot. Jones has got his first 2 points.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
Flash passes to Jefferson. To the middle, here's Banks. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And here is Odom. Screen by Jones. Here's Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
Corner, no good. The Wolverines leading by 5.
Take it, tear that man.
Here's Flash.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Now here's Odom. That one wide left. We've got 1:13 left here in the first half. Dishes it to Banks. Outside Jefferson. Right outside. Cunningham passes to Flash. 5 to shoot. Outside Banks. Lets the 3 fly. That's good. Banks has got 5 points so far.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
They set the pick. Outside Odom. Here's Sanders. Louisville, no good that time either. The Wolverines leading by 8. There's the pass to Flash.
You ever beat it with your hands tied behind your back?
No.
Passes it to Cunningham. All sorts of time. It's rebounded by Louisville.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And that one's good.
And when the size
I don't know where the hell they are.
It was there. I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Hold on, I gotta go flip an egg real quick.
Cannot hit. And we finish one half of basketball. Michigan leads by 6. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the second half of college hoops underway. And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
And guys, I think we may see some strategies being adjusted here as we get into the second half. Still plenty of time to cut into this lead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Freak has done a good job of getting his team in this position, and they got themselves a bit of breathing room in the first half, and all they have to do the rest of the way is manage the lead.
On the court for Michigan, Barrett, he's in at point guard. Jones is out there with Ellis, and it's Smith, and it's Crawford at the 2-guard spot.
Guys, it's almost impossible to think about Michigan basketball and not think of the Fab Five. I mean, one of the most storied recruiting classes ever. They were dominant in their tenure here at Michigan.
Here's Barrett. And it's
You gotta be kidding me.
Louisville trails by 3. Kicks it to Hill. The feed now to Sanders. Elbow shot is on the way. The shot is off. And Michigan has possession. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. There's the dish to Crawford. Here's Barrett. And once again off the mark by Michigan. Here's Rozier. He's guarded by Ellis. Here's White. Here's Harrell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harrell's got his second basket of the night.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create
Fuck
some
you.
separation.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And I get
Taking
technical
the
foul.
technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
Well, guys, for Louisville in the last decade or so, it's been a bit of a renaissance in basketball. A title in 2013 gives them 3 total now. One of the premier programs in the country for sure.
Well, Greg, Louisville with 3 college national championships. The first 2 coming in the 80s. Their coach then, Denny Crum.
Yeah, they won 2 back in 80 and then also 86. The program hasn't had a lot of coaching changes. Almost everyone who leads the program stays on for a long time.
Inside, here's Taylor. A stupendous finish in traffic. Taylor's got his first points of the game.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Pass to Matt. They set the pick. And it's Russell in the corner. And it's Freak with the rebound.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak.
Eat it.
He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set. Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to
Wilt Chamberlain.
An opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden.
Down, 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 down.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too
PlayStation.
Get into them on the perimeter. Post. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Shut up. Flip your egg?
Huh?
Did you flip your egg?
It's not mine, it's my dad's, but yeah.
Thomas a screen.
Oh.
Here's Rozier. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Rozier's got 6 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the
dislike
ball
my
is
video.
in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Payton is out there with Thomas. Then there's Price. And it's Rozier in at the shooting guard position. Knight kicks to Taylor. Tries from 10. That one off the back iron and out. Louisville trails by 5. Price with the ball. Now guarded by Stevenson. Here's Hughes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
I hate when people don't answer a
And
phone.
that one falls for Jones. The Wolverines making a switch here.
Hello?
Hello, what? I'll be right back. I gotta
So
go
we
fix
hit 1
something.
of 2
real
from
quick.
the stripe. Louisville trails by 6. Here's Rozier. Feeds to Matt. No good. Great defense that time from Ellis. And here we go. Fast break.
Wow. Be right back. Get in here. Get.
Ellis against Sanders. He feeds it to White. Sanders dishes to White. Louisville, no good that time either.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player. Very nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Here's Barrett. Can't get it to go. And it's Louisville the other way. We've got 1:13 left in the second half. Here's Rozier. Right side, White. Pass to Rozier. Over to the left wing. Here's Mack. That three off the mark. Mack's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's 48 seconds left here in the second half.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. .34 seconds left to play in the second half. And it's Freak missing. Oh, and a fast break for Louisville. Here's White. Oh, and he can't cap off the break. And he commits the intentional foul. And an intentional foul.
I don't know why they do that.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for the Cardinals, Brad Jones. At the line for 2.
And no good this time on the 1-1. And so it's Louisville with it. They played a great fourth quarter defensive, allowing only 3 points. It's good.
Yeah, excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Dishes it to Smith. Ogier to pass from that. Fires the three. The shot is off. And so it's Michigan winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
Because the boys in the hood are always hard.